Shalom, Pastor Hawk coming back at you with this truth, giving all praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai by Shem Kakadash. And I'm going to entitle this video, Wars and Rumors of Wars. All you need to know about the Russia-Ukrainian or Ukraine war. Once again, giving all praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai by Shem Kakadash. And other topics. So let's see where the Spirit takes me. I don't think this is going to be long, but then again, if the Spirit jumps on me, then it'll be a long video. Anyway, this is redacted. Which I subscribe to this site on YouTube. Okay, it says the truth is coming out in Ukraine, and Zelensky, which is the president leader, is furious. Redacted with Clayton Morris and his wife. What is his wife's name? Let me do this. This is 121. Let me see. They don't give his wife's name, but I forget her name. But anyway, it's a very good site. I'm surprised that even YouTube allows them to say what they say. But anyway, this individual right here is his name is Scott Ritter. And you know, he's an expert on war. And I'll go to his bio in a minute. But he tells it like it is. You know, that don't listen to the American MSM mainstream media. They're not giving you the full truth. I mean, I'm not over there, so I don't know what's really going on. But this man right here is telling the truth. And it's not looking good for Zelensky and the Ukraine. It's only a matter of time before the former Soviet Union annexes the Ukraine. You know, we're living in that time, wars and rumors of wars. Anyway, let me do this. I'm going to go to the bio on this individual right here. Let me bring this over. Ritter. Okay, Scott Ritter. Okay, this is when he was a lot younger. Anyway, let's get a little information on this guy, a little intel on this guy, on this individual. Scott Ritter, Wikipedia, William Scott Ritter Jr., born July 15, 1961, is a former United States Marine Corps intelligence officer. He served with the United Nations. It's hard to read this. The colors are so light. Implementing let me click on this. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me go here. William Scott Ritter Jr., born July 15, 1961. He's 60 years old. Gainesville, Florida. Education. I can hardly read that. Kaiser's Slow Tim American High School, Germany. Okay, so I guess his parents moved to Germany. Alma mater, Franklin and Marshall College. That's out of Pennsylvania. That college is located in Pennsylvania. Occupation pundit. Pundit. A pundit is a person who offers to mass media opinion or commentary on a particular subject area. And you'll never see him on CNN or these other, not even on Fox, because he tells it like it is. Known for chief. What is this? UNSCOM. Weapons inspector to Iraq. Let me click on this. Okay, United States Special Commission was an inspector, which is this guy. So he's an insider. You know, he's an insider. Expert on war, modern wars. Okay, was an inspection regime created by the United Nations to ensure Iraq's compliance with policies concerning Iraqi production and use of weapons of mass destruction after the Gulf War between 1991 and 97. He was one of the chief inspectors. Okay, let me go to military background. Read a little of that. Bird was born in a military family in 1961 in Gainesville, Florida. He graduated from Kaiserslautern American High School. So this was a school in Germany, but it was for Americans because you have the military, the U.S. military that have children, so they got to go to school, right? So they have American-style schools in other countries. Okay, American High School in Kaiserslautern, Germany in 1979, and later from Franklin and Marshall College, which I read about in PA, and Lancaster, Pennsylvania, with a Bachelor of Arts in the history of the Soviet Union. So he's an expert on the Soviet Union. And departmental honors. In 1980, he served in the U.S. Army as a private. Then in May of 1984, he was commissioned as an intelligence officer in the United States Marine Corps. He served in his capacity for about 12 years. He served as the lead analyst for the Marine Corps' Rapid Deployment Force concerning the Soviet mission of Afghanistan, which was in the 80s. So, you know, he clearly has a career in a long career in the military. You know, his family, they're military family. So, but anyway, so I listened to this earlier this morning, right? I subscribed to Redacted. So I listened to this one, and he just lays it out. I can't believe that they didn't, strike this video. He just comes straight out. And then he even challenges, he even talks bad about, he bad mouths these so-called experts that are on CNN, the different MSNBC, maybe Fox News. And he basically says, they're pretty much paid to say, what the MSM mainstream media wants them to say. They have a career in calling themselves an expert. But anyway, when you get a chance, you watch this whole video, and then you just watch this guy, Scott Ritter. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me do it this way. Scott Ritter. Just click on Scott Ritter. Okay, you're not going to see him on CNN and MSNBC because he tells the truth as to what's happening, over there on the other side of the world, 5,000 miles away. It says, okay, this was just put up 25 minutes ago, so I have to watch this one. And this is his actual page, so I'm going to have to subscribe to him or watch him, Scott Ritter News. This is a very, very deadly game being played. Scott Ritter. See, he already knows what's going to happen ultimately, despite what the mainstream media in the U.S. whatever they're pushing, he knows the real deal. He knows what's going to happen. So this is another one, Scott Ritter on Democracy Now! This was 7 years ago. This is the video that I was going into. And he breaks it down. He gives you numbers. See, the U.S. through Biden gave almost $60 billion inside of a couple of months. And recently, 60 billion, almost 60 billion, 58 billion to be exact. And that was for their defense. And they're crying, we need more weapons. So that was pretty much $60 billion down the drain. And a report as of a couple of days ago that Russia has control over 20% of the entire country of the Ukraine. So, this is the fulfillment of Jeremiah 50, an assembly of great nations from the north. Because it's not just going to be Russia that's going to shoot arrows on Babylon. There's going to be these nations. And we believe China is a part of that, China and other nations, and ultimately the European allies of the US, Revelation 17. Okay, Scott Ritter, this was 2 weeks ago. Scott Ritter, American hating Ukraine and Finland because Russia imperialism has lost Scott Ritter on the hard reality of the resolution of the Ukraine war. Part 2, Scott Ritter, a conversation about Ukraine. And he tells the truth. This was as of 1 day ago. It's crumbling fast. I got to watch this one here. It's crumbling faster than they thought it would. Okay, so Scott Ritter's on this show too, on this video. It says, and Scott Ritter says the U.S. is planning to use Ukraine as a drone testing ground to attack Russians. And he said that in the main video that I was focusing on, that I opened up with. He goes into that. So you got to watch this video as well. Alleged Russian army massacre in Bucha, a fake news story. So we don't know what's going on. But this is another one I got to watch. They just crossed the line and Biden knows it. So I got to watch that one. This is Judge Napolitano, constitutional expert. He used to be on Fox News. He's no longer with Fox News. He's kind of doing his own thing. He works with Joe Salenti and the Judge. You can watch that on Odyssey. And Odyssey is the place to go. Scott Ritter, Ukraine-Russia war update. So I got to watch that. Okay, this is a month ago. Scott Ritter on Joe Biden mocking war. So I have to watch this video. So this system is currently closing shop. You know, this is like a dominoes, a line of dominoes. You hit one domino, you have what's called a domino effect. And wars create famines, create shortages. Businesses, close up, go bankrupt. So this is this place going down, man. Isaiah 14. Matter of fact, let me go to that. Isaiah 14. One of my favorite chapters as well. Because ultimately what's going to happen, the Most High going to deliver the elect to Israel. The kingdom is going to be established, and we're going to put the other nations in slavery. And that's all throughout the Bible, the scriptures, putting people in captivity. Captivity never goes out of style. Okay, so now let me go to 9th verse. So we're living in a time of the fulfillment of Isaiah 14 and 9. Hell from beneath is moved to meet the anti coming. It's talking about this, as this man's going down, the weaker nations, let the weak say I'm strong, they're coming up. And the great equalizer, as I said before many times, is the ICBM missile. It stirreth up the dead. The dead are the nations on the bottom, the third world nations. for the even all the chief ones, the leaders, the kings, the presidents, the prime ministers of the earth, and have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Remember, assembly of great nations, Jeremiah, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Let the weak say, I am strong. The great equalizer, the missiles, art thou become like unto us? And this is why U.S. troops are not over there fighting side by side with the Ukrainian military, which are mostly civilians. They don't have a big enough army. Well, Scott Ritter said that before the war they had one of the biggest armies in Russia in the biggest armies in Europe next to Russia. I'm talking about the Ukraine. And he speaks about, they say, well, there's about 20 Ukrainian military men dying every day. Scott Ritter says something completely different. It says thy pomp is brought down to the grave. Oh, grave. Now, if you look up this word grave, I'm almost positive the word sha'al is going to come up. You're going to see the word sha'awal. Yep. If you know how to read Hebrew, sha'awal. Sha'awal.
Strong's H, 7585. She'ol. 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 She'ol.
We say sha'awal. Sha'awal. Sheol, which, you know, when you go to the Old Testament, anytime you see this word in the Hebrew, in the English, in the Old Testament, most of the time it'll say hell. And the word hell in the Old and New Testament simply means the grave. So these nations are not burning in hell, and all of a sudden they're going to come out of hell. Vocab Malone, he doesn't know what he's talking about. That pomp, this Isaiah 47, starting at 1, goes hand in hand with this scripture. Revelation 18, one of my favorite precepts, chapters. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm represents corrosion. You got your bridges falling, your highways, potholes, your streets, your local streets, potholes. You go on certain highways, those lamps, you see them, a lot of them fall, and they just leave them there for months. This system is done. This system is crumbling. That's the worm. Okay, it says the worm is spread under thee, and under thee meaning you look at a nice house. Oh, it looks so nice. I'm gonna buy that house. You realize that there's termites that devoured most of that house. And when you pull on a piece of wood, you just pull a piece of wood with your hand, because that's under the wood, what you see, the facade. It says thy vows. And we look up the word vows. I believe that's music, but let's find out. Okay, yes, music. Harp, lute, guitar, musical instrument. And that's also mentioned in Revelation 18. their music, speaks about their music. You're not going to hear music in this place no more. And the majority, the modern music, all modern music came from America by Israelites. And it's going to get worse. Food shortages, if you can find a particular food that you like, if you can find it, Lord will, if you can find it, it's going to be a much higher price. Best thing to do right now is buy extra, so you don't have to pay a higher price 2 months from now. You know, we're dealing with reality, man. What we teach you is the truth, man. The Kemetic people ain't telling you what to do. They don't know what's, coming down the road. They don't understand that Babylon is going to be destroyed. They don't know who the Edomites are. We gotta just get together and talk shit. Let's have a debate. We see everything going on right through the scriptures. The great filter of everything that's going on around you is the word of the Most High. It says that pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, music, the worm, corrosion, is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. And all these bridges, right, that are crumbling, some of them collapsed. They don't have the money to build these bridges up. Then remember, Biden was talking about building back better. They ain't building shit. How art thou falling from heaven, O Lucifer? Lucifer represents the elite of the Edomites that rule this world. Son of the morning, how art thou cut to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? They weaken the nations through war. So now these nations see that Babylon is weak. So they're going to say, let's meet them at their coming. As they're coming down, let's help them. Let's help them come down quicker. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend unto the heavens. That's their planes, that's their spacecraft, their satellites. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation of Israelites in the sides of the north, mainly in North America. Even though we're scattered throughout the whole planet, North America, Babylon, that's the place where the deliverance is going to come. And the angel is going to deliver the elect, which is scattered north, south, east, and west on this planet. So now I'm going to close, but I'm going to go into one more precept. Somebody asked me a question concerning, let me see, Zach. I believe that was Zechariah 8. Nope. Try it this way. Okay, the question that was asked is, where is that? All right, at 22nd verse. Actually, 23rd verse. Zechariah 8, verse 23. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, in those days, which is talking about now, it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all. 10 just means a number, many men. Hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you. This is talking about Israelites. This goes hand in hand with Isaiah 14. When you come back to Isaiah 14. Now, if you read the whole chapter, which I went through the whole chapter, I may do a breakdown on it, but you can clearly see that this is talking about the gathering of the children of Israel. Again, the word of Yahweh of hosts came to me, saying, thus saith the Most High Yahweh of hosts, I was jealous for Zion. Zion to Zion means monument, with great jealousy, and I was jealous for her, the Israelites. Israel is likened unto a beautiful and comely woman. I believe that's Jeremiah 6:2. With great fury. Thus saith Yahweh, I am returned unto Zion, and will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. And that's in Revelation 21. You're going to dwell with men, Israelites. His spirit is going to be among us. Oh, that's another thing. Lahab said after 1,000 years, Edomites is going to secretly gather together and take us down. But wait a minute. Revelation 21 says the Most High is going to dwell with us. So were they going to jump the Most High? That's why you should only listen to these other Israelite groups. They're going to basically confuse you. And not that they're teaching a lie, but they're not teaching the whole truth. You got to get the 100% truth. We have an unction from the Holy One, and we know all things. And Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth. That's when the kingdom comes. And the mountain of Yahweh, which we're known as a mountain. Mountain is a people before it's a place, government. Yahweh of hosts, the holy mountain. Yeah, because the Most High is going to put the Lords in our inward part. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age. And that's in the kingdom. And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets. You're not going to get shot in the back by Edomite cop. And you got to pay all the wickedness that you did. The fact that you don't want to, write that check, for reparations, you're going to pay for that. And you can forget about getting reparations for this man. You ain't going to get no reparations. True reparations is to take what he has and to take him. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. That's true reparation. We're going to take what he has and we're going to take him as well. And that's all throughout the scriptures. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of his people, which are the Israelites, the starting with the elect, and know in these days, should it also be marvelous in mine eyes, saith Yahweh of hosts. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country, from one side of earth to the other side of earth, because the elect of Israel is scattered throughout the whole planet, but the majority of the elect is right here in Babylon. And you can be a part of other camps and be a part of the elect because you're going to come around. As long as you don't take the jump shot. See, these guys that have listened to General Yohana, I showed you the video. I led you to the video on Odyssey about what's in the jump shot. And people are they're going to the spirit world. So we're going to see what's going to happen in the next couple of months, but they're not going to put it on the mainstream media. And I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, which are the Israelites only. And I will be their power in truth and in righteousness, because we're going to be a righteous people. We're going to be perfect people. So perfect people don't get sick. Ninth verse. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts. Hosts mean armies. And he's getting ready to use one army, which are the missiles. The missiles are his own personal army. Let your hands be strong, ye that hear in those days or these days, these words by the mouth of the prophets. So we must be the prophets, which were in the day that the foundation of the house of Yahweh of hosts was laid, that the temple might be built. Now that goes back during the time after Babylon, when the Babylonians were taken down and became a province of the Media, ultimately the Persian Mede Empire, that the temple was built again. The temple was first built under the order of Solomon, who was given that order to he gave the order to what was his name, Hiram, the Canaanite. Most High put a spirit on him to be a master builder and shipman too. So this happened during the time of Zerubbabel, Joshua the high priest. You can read about that in the book of Ezra. Really, you can start from chapter 1 and just read the whole chapter. For before those days, there was no hire for man, nor any hire for beast, neither was there any peace to him that went out or came in because of the affliction. For I said, and we're going through that now. So Esau is being afflicted right now. This is affecting Esau too. For I set all men, everyone against his neighbor. That's happening now. That's also Second Ezra, the 15th chapter and the 16th chapter. But now I will not be unto the residue of this people, the Israelites, as in the former days, saith the Lord. In other words, the Most High is going to bless us. No more cursing. We're not going to go into captivity anymore. It says, for the seed shall be prosperous. What seed? The seed of Israel. The vine shall give her fruit. So we're going to be drinking liquor in the kingdom. And the ground shall give her increase, and the heavens shall give their due. And I will cause the remnant of this people, the Israelites, to possess all these things, including the other nations. Edom is a possession. And it shall come to pass that as you were a curse among the heathen, they shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. O house of Judah. And the house of Israel. And they're coming together. That's in Jeremiah. What is that? 50 and 51. Jeremiah 50 and Jeremiah 51 is talking about the same thing. So Israel and Judah, they're going to come together. So will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong. So we're in the home stretch. The kingdom is right here. Actually, the kingdom is within us. It says, for thus saith Yahweh of hosts, as I thought to punish you, which are the Israelites, and we're still under the punishment. when your fathers provoked me to wrath, because you are your fathers in reincarnation and reincarnated. Saith the Lord of hosts, and I repented not. In other words, I'm gonna let you catch a lot of hell. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my name out of your mouth, so you won't be able to call on me. So now the Most High gave his name and his son's name to us to call on him. The Apostle Paul said to pray without ceasing. You're driving in your car, you put up a little prayer, you know? You put up little mini prayers, and then you put up your major prayer. You can get up in the morning, pray before you go to sleep, say a little prayer. So again, have I thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem. That's talking about right now. And to the house of Judah, fear ye not. These are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. So what is that talking about? Let me read that again, 16th verse. These are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. When we go out there on the highways and byways, when we do the sit downs, execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. You might as well read the whole thing. And let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor, and love no false oath. For all these are things that I hate, saith the Lord. And the word of the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, came unto me, saying, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the fast of the 4th month, and the fast of the 5th, and the fast of the 7th, and the fast of the 10th shall be to the house of Judah joy and gladness and cheerful feast. Therefore love the truth and peace. What we do, many other apostles, we do fasting, but we do a thing called intermittent fasting. Look that up. And there's I've been watching videos on cancer, and there's certain videos on YouTube that people have cured themselves of cancer by fasting, because what you do is you starve out the cancer. Because what the number one thing food that cancer likes is sugar, or anything that turns into sugar. And Jake eats a lot of carbs, which turns into sugar. See, diabetes leads to other diseases, high blood pressure, cancer. What is that? Pancreatic cancer, which is nothing but diabetes that's left unchecked. Yeah, I had pains in my bowels on and off, and I put this elixir together, this concoction, and I drank a couple of sips, and I went to sleep, and I got up, and the pain's not there no more. The pain's not, maybe a little. It went from 100% pain to maybe like 3%. And I just took a couple of sips, and I made enough of that elixir, I'll call it, for the next 2 days. And it took me a couple of minutes to make it. So what I might do is do a video on it. And I kind of borrowed the idea from what's this guy? He does. There's a video. If you go to Lemon Ginger Blast, I believe his name is Lou Corona, and the man's almost 70. He's like 68, 69 years old, and he doesn't look nowhere near 68, 69. And he said he'd been drinking that drink that he came up with over 40 years ago. So I didn't have all the ingredients, so I put my own, what I had, I put my own ingredients in there. One of the ingredients that I put in there was a powdered form of cayenne pepper. And I put in a good amount. And when I tasted it, my mind was getting set for, oh, this is going to hurt. That cayenne pepper wasn't even that bad. And I said I should have put more. What I might do is next time I'll put more cayenne pepper. It says you can't use too much cayenne pepper or too much habaneros, because that's, you know, an immediate, what do you say? How you say, it's like your damn. When you're I can't even think of the damn word. You got the opposite of acidic is alkaline, right? So that's like acid going into your system. So your body reacts to it, but then it benefits you. So you got to build up. You got to build up. The reason why people are sick mainly is because of their bodies are acidic. So it says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, it shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and inhabitants of many cities. Those are Israelites. They're waking up. It's getting bigger. According to this guy, Vocab Malone, he did a video on the numbers of Jakes that believed that the Israelites, he came to the conclusion through his numbers that identify with being Israelite is almost 13 million people in this country. And we're supposed to represent about 50 million people, 12% of the population of this country is supposed to be Jacob. I'm talking about just Judah, meaning the so-called Negro. And the inhabitants of one city shall go to another, saying, let us go speedily to pray before the Lord and to seek the Lord of hosts. I will go also. These are Israelites waking up. So I broke this down. So we know that this verse is talking about Israelites. This goes hand in hand with Isaiah 14 and 1 and 2. About the stranger in the first verse. Yeah, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Lord. Those are the Israelites, a host in Jerusalem in the kingdom, and to pray before Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass. That's talking about now, that 10 men shall take hold, and that 10 can mean 10 million. It's just a number of completion. Sometimes you'll see the word 7, right? 7 women shall take hold of 1 man, but 10 represents completion too. Shall take hold out of all languages, because you got Jake that speak different languages, depending on who colonized them, of the nations, because we're scattered throughout the nations. A lot of us even look like the nations. Even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, the ones that know that they're Israel, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you. Who's saying this? Other Israelites. When you go to the New Testament, the Gentiles that Paul was magnified to teach were nothing but Israelites. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.